My name is Marco Palacios. I'm the president and co-founder of Pacific Hackers Association. We're a non-profit organization with a mission to get people in the cybersecurity field, but also at the same time fixing some of the issues in the cybersecurity field, one of them being diversity. We want more people of color, more women. We're also fixing the education. There's many programs out there, but unfortunately they don't really teach what they really need. The people need to know to get into the field or to perform the job. We're, in our events, we show a lot of hands-on workshops and stuff so people can actually take it and apply it to their job. And while that's happening, at the same time, we're fixing the HR system, because now we still see a lot of entry-level positions requiring a CISSP and requiring a CISSP and being an entry level. So here, what we're trying to do is, when you come here to our events, you're already part of a community, and who knows, your job through there. Just like I did 8 years ago when I started coming as a member of Pacific Hackers, and then eventually landed my job just by coming here and actually learning what I'm supposed to do.
I've been, in the tech industry, cyber adjacent for the past 6 or 7 years. But I reached a point where I discovered that what I really want to do is offensive cyber. So this was the thing that kind of excited me. And it was, it scratches all the right itches of solving puzzles and of constantly being challenged and of not really being bored. Like, most of the job is figuring things out, not necessarily just doing repetitive tasks.
Why is it interesting to you capturing the flag? Not only because of the learning, but also another thing?
So, it's the closest you can get to actually playing a game, but still in a real world context, right? So if you're a person who enjoys games, if you're a person who enjoys hunting and looking for answers to open-ended questions and kind of figuring out how stuff work and how you can kind of get around things, CTFs are best for that, because that's literally what it is, right? Someone built a website for you to hack into. Someone built a coffee machine for you to hack into. This is what we have here. And there are a lot of CTFs that are online and a lot of smaller scale challenges that are online. But here you can actually have the physical stuff like the coffee machine. And you have this kind of higher stakes situation, because usually if you look at something that's online, that's been online for a while, you have a lot of write-ups. You do it calmly in your own time, and when you get stuck, you Google it and you find the answers, and that's good, right? Because you can't invent everything on your own. You have to learn from those who've been there before you. But when you come to a CTF like this, it's a time crunch, right? You gotta participate here and now, and some of the flags you need to find physically, and some of the flags you need to be close to some device, and you need to be connected to some specific Wi-Fi network in order to find the devices on that network. So you need to be here, and you see all the other people. You can find people who are doing the same challenge as you, and you can team up. You can ask people how they succeeded, and they just did it 5 minutes ago. It's not a polished write-up. They did it now, and now they're helping you, and now you're going to help someone else. So it's like playing together.
This one in particular gives people the opportunity to get a real life experience. Not only that, but also gives them the opportunity to win a DEF CON. DEF CON is the world's largest hacker conference in the world. So first place will get a DEF CON ticket, and then second and third will get a Besides Las Vegas ticket, which will happen in about 3 weeks in Hacker Summer Camp. So yeah.
Even you have some badge from the event. Yeah.
So this is not our badge. The mini one it is. But this one is just someone made it at DEF CON a few years ago, and it's just a letter thing that has Scrabble or whatever. But basically you can unplug the letters and do stuff like that. And I was able to fit Pacific Hackers in here, and that was awesome. This is, however, this is our actual badge. This badge, everything that's in this badge, it has a meaning, from the colors we picked to the design and the bear and everything. So the meetups started about 8 years ago, and it was founded by someone else, and then in the meetups eventually led to the nonprofit that, officially we started the nonprofit 5 years ago, and that's what I helped to co-found. But the original founder who found, Pacific Hackers as a meetup, the idea was just to gather people and talk to people about, talk about security, right? And showcase what they were working on, right? So the meetup, again, covers a lot of things. Covers the community, covers the professional development part, covers the networking part, and those are the most important ones. If you want to increase your cybersecurity career or spin off your cybersecurity career, and want to take it to the next level, you have to network. There's just no other way around it, right? Back in 2003, so I've been in the industry for a while. Now, security, like if you want to say, oh, I've been in the security field, I probably will say I've been in the cybersecurity field for 10 years. Now, let's paint the path. So prior to like 2008 and now, like back in 2013, around 2012, 2013, that's when the term cybersecurity came up. Prior to that, like around 2008, it was information assurance, right? And that was the parent of everything else, like information security, cybersecurity, and there are other things. But now, cybersecurity is like a marketing term per se. But let's go back to the roots and the basics. So information assurance, right? So again, even prior to why the change was because back in 2006, that's when we discovered the first APT, right? Where they show that there's this Chinese army unit that was infiltrating in corporations in the U.S. and some corporations went bankrupt because they were stealing IP, and so that's when there was a need of putting like attention to like
an effort,
and exactly an effort to like securing the environments. Now, governments, especially the U.S. government, has been doing security for probably the longest time because obviously they have to. But they still there was nothing settled until about 2012, 2013 when we have those biggest breaches like Dropbox, LinkedIn, and eventually the other bigger ones. But in fact, that's where like finally the industry started taking shape, right? Now, at the end of the day, at first it was an IT job with a security, like, someone doing security. But one thing I will say is like, you cannot really do IT and security at the same time because two different worlds, two different mindsets. So, the industry, the cybersecurity industry has been like very, like not that long. It's very new in a way. So 12 years now, I guess, where people, again, companies and the industry has actually evolved. Now with AI, well, now we're taking things to a whole different level, right? Because it's supposed to be making our lives easier. It's just another tool, right? Just like everything else. But just like anything else, it was created without security in mind because obviously the people who created it's like, awesome, I'm gonna be able to ask these questions or be able to, the output of that is gonna be very like in seconds and all that. It's like, okay, cool. Where do you think they got that information? It could even be from a potential like breach that happened in the past. Maybe it was just a lot of privacy concerns about that, right? And yes, it's making our jobs easier, and in a way it's replacing a lot of our jobs through automation and through AI and through all that. You still need that human aspect to do some of these things. You cannot just rely on AI. So again, AI cybersecurity, it's a hot new topic. I think I don't know how many events I go where there is like the 5 out of 1 or 3 out of 5 presentations about AI and cybersecurity. But honestly, it comes back to the same thing: privacy, prompt engineering, like how can you trick the AI to disclose something? Like for example, yesterday one of my friends, he works for a company that does AI bug bounty, and he was able to get the serial numbers for a Windows 7 machine just using AI, and he showed it, like it's on LinkedIn. He showed the whole process, and the actual product key actually works in when you're activating Windows 7, right? So where did the product key came out? It has to come from somewhere, like obviously Microsoft, officially from Microsoft, right? So otherwise, or maybe it got generated by something, like we don't know. But you at that point you're seeing that it wasn't just the disclose of the product key. It was like where the product key came from. Did the AI create its own product to generate keys and trick the Microsoft, or did actually Microsoft provided the information? But where did the actual information came from? Microsoft officially providing, like, here, I'm gonna give you all my information, or was it through something else? And that's what we don't know. And that's a big problem with AI. We're trusting now AI more than anything else because it's providing good outputs and stuff like that. But again, it comes back to like common sense, and it's like fact check. You have to like just like back in the old days, you have to check your references when you were like doing reports, and like in school, like you have to do your references and see, oh, the author said this, boom, 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 type of thing. That's what you have to do, and you cannot just rely that on AI.
I would love to see more recruiting managers be involved with such things. Like they did. There was a meetup in. I don't remember where it was. There was a meetup of Pacific Bay hackers, along with it was the BaySec Alliance. There was a meetup that actually did feature a panel of hiring managers and hiring specialists that discussed this idea of breaking into the industry. So more of that would be great, right? To expose not only us to each other, but also us to potential employers, us to potential team leaders. Because right now, it's harsh. It's harsh out there in the job market.
Thank you very much for your time. And finally, if you want to, invite others to join the community, or
yeah, absolutely. This is a lot of fun. This is a good opportunity for beginners to meet other people and to, a lot of times the cybersecurity community might feel like a boys' club or like a very closed club for like script kiddies who started playing on a keyboard when they were like 5, and that's what I felt for many years. I knew a lot of cybersecurity experts, I knew a lot of researchers, and all of them were boys who started it in high school or in junior high and just kept going, and I was like, well, I'm not that, so this is not for me. And it took me a while to realize that, well, no, actually, as long as I keep saying that, it'll be true. But if I start going to cons, if I start trying my hands at CTFs, if I start learning, then it will be for me. And so it's great to come to a place like this and see people of all ages, of all genders, of all colors and backgrounds, just bashing at a keyboard and eventually succeeding and eventually getting ahead. So I think anyone who's kind of curious about cybersecurity, who's kind of maybe thought that could be interesting, heard a podcast about it, saw a TV show about it, they could come. They should come.
Thank